Good evening.
There we go.
Oh, that's right. Good. Good, 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 good.
We're testing.
Bingo. It works. I told you it works. Good evening. We're just working out the bugs here. Lots of bugs. Hello, Greg. How's everyone doing? I'll just give it a few minutes. I know we're a little early because we weren't sure if the phone was going to work. Don't ask. Hello, Greg. How are you? Jennifer, how are you doing? How's everybody? Friday night.
You may turn that one more for you?
Friday night. This time last week we were knee deep in the woods for sure.
There you go.
Hello there, Dana. How's everyone doing?
A little better?
That's a little better. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Deb. How are you? We'll give it a few minutes. We're not going anywhere. We got nothing to do tonight. Imagine that. Nothing to do tonight. Isn't that such a nice... Doesn't that sound good? Nothing to do tonight. Anyway, for you guys who don't know, I'm John. This is Chris. We are the co-organizers of the New Jersey Paraunity Expo for 9 years. Boy, oh boy, this was definitely one for the books for sure. We're going to talk about a few things. We're not going to keep you guys on that long. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, we're going to get to all that stuff. Hello, Michelle. It was definitely a wild ride. Hey, Lauren.
A great one.
Great ride. Wild ride. 2 days. Definitely a different animal for sure than one day. My body is telling me that. Because, let's see. I want to thank you guys. Your staff, professional guests are... Thank you, John. We appreciate that. That's why...
That's why we do it right there. People who enjoy it.
Here's the thing. Every year when we do Paraunity, and yeah, we started... This was number 9, and we started for... Really, the reason we started Paraunity, and we say this a lot, was because then there wasn't a lot in Jersey as far as conventions. I'm born and raised in Jersey. My whole life I've been here. And I toured this old building, and it was great. And I said, boy, this old factory, we could do a convention in here. And I said, we'll make it cheap. The guy who owned the factory was like, oh, we're going to charge all this money. I'm like, no. We're going to charge $10. And he was like, $10? I'm like, we're going to charge $10 and we're going to see who we can get. We'll get a lot of people from New Jersey and it'll be for the community, So we did it. That was a hard convention. That first one.
That's the one that broke us in, that no matter what we do going forward, it's never going to be as bad as that was.
One freight elevator, 4 floors. It was just the two of us setting up 60, 70 tables on all different levels. And the guy didn't feel like he made enough money, so he didn't want to do it there again. So we're friends with the mayor. The reason I'm looking over here is because there's a big old monitor right here.
We can't see it. We're too old to see those comments.
I have problems with my vision, which is why I wear the sunglasses. So, but we brought it to Woodbridge. The mayor was on board with that, and away we went. And he was on board with making it affordable, making it a community event. Now, the mayor, he likes the paranormal, but he's not into the paranormal like we are as New Jersey Paranormal, involved in the field. And he basically showed us a lot of faith. And that is the first person.
Yeah, he put a lot of trust in us. Absolutely.
That we want to thank right off the bat, always, is Mayor John McCormick.
What do you mean get an invite? Anybody can come to this. Anybody can come to this.
So you just...
Sorry.
May have to start over. Go ahead. You take the wheel.
No, but...
I'm going to watch the comments while you take the wheel and try to get through.
All right. That sounds like a plan. But we wanted to come on, recap everything. We've read all of the comments and the positive feedbacks. We're really happy that everybody had an awesome time, and that all of our sweat and blood working that what we put this together, because we had to work really hard to make sure this one came off the way it did, and it was seamless, and we're really happy about that. But we've got a lot of people to thank for that. A lot of our amazing volunteers that are friends of ours, and our amazing volunteers of the township. And this guy over here is biting his
First
tongue.
of all, we'd like to thank Mayor John McCormick.
Yes,
First and
100%.
foremost, because without Mayor John McCormick, there would be no Paraunity. There never would have been a Paraunity. And
Absolutely.
he has backed us 1,000,000,000%.
Absolutely.
And has given us all the resources that we could have ever wanted throughout this whole thing. You know, his goal was to bring people into Woodbridge and the hotels, into the communities, into the shops, into the restaurants, and we told him we could do that, and I think we have kept our word for the majority, of the time that we've done this. But John McCormick, Mayor McCormick, definitely number one.
Big number
as
one.
far as being thanked for this even existing. I mean, if I told you the amount of faith he puts in the two of us with every resource that he provides to us, so he's number one. So, but yeah, right after that would be the volunteers that Chris was just talking about.
They again, I need to put this out there and say it very loud and very proud. Not one single volunteer, and that includes Gian and I, get paid to do this. This is their free time they give up to work with us and to help us. All those people in the front that are working for the township and the mayor's committee work tirelessly. Peg and Terry, who not only work all day long at the convention itself, that are right there at the door helping out at the VIP parties both nights. The people that volunteered that we trust implicitly. See, it's more, millions of people will volunteer to help, and we're very grateful for that. But you got to have trusted people who understand the vision and what it is that you're trying to create. You're trying to create a fan-based experience. Not and the people there who volunteer get that, and they go out of their way to make sure the fans that are waiting in line get those pictures, get those moments, along obviously with the celebrities. But they help to make us look good. They help to make this run as smooth as it does, and we are so grateful to each and every one. And if I were to go down the list, there's so many.
Well, and we are going to go down the list a little bit because they deserve the recognition and the thanks for it. The Mayor's Advisory Committee are the people who are handling the money, that are helping with some of the lines. They are there as volunteers just like we are. No different. Nobody makes money. Nobody makes money.
It's the Woodbridge
There was
Fund.
a joke after the convention had ended on Sunday where people were saying, hey, John's going to take us out all to dinner. And I'm like, John has less money than when John started on Friday, believe it or not. So we don't make any money whatsoever off of this convention. And the volunteers from the Mayor's Advisory Committee gave up their weekend, both days.
Yeah.
They were there helping us. There was nothing in it for them. They're not big paranormal fans, some of them. They were just there to support the township and to support us, our friends.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for our friends, because boy, oh boy, they came through in
stepped
a
up
huge,
big time for us.
Huge way, because 2 days was a mountain for all of us. And again, these are people that follow. Some of them follow New Jersey Paranormal. Others are just people we know. I'll rattle off some names, and you could fill in if you can. But I don't mean to take all the time doing this. We're going to get to next year and all that. But we really do need to acknowledge the people who need to be acknowledged. John McGinnis, Jay Jelinek, I butcher your name, I'm so sorry. Kathy Quackenbush, John and Nancy Larson, Pam and Steve Barry, Joe Molden, Melissa, I'm sorry, I don't remember your last name. Alyssa
Rockowitz.
Right.
We got Colleen Graves.
Colleen,
We've got
Danielle.
Danielle Voss. We've got Kenny Lunn. We've got Tanya Lunn. We have Taryn Kepper, who stepped up and helped
Yeah.
us greatly. My gosh, I know that I'm forgetting a few people. We had Kelly and
Brian.
David.
Brian,
And Ann.
Taylor and Ann.
Oh my God, yes. Oh please, those guys kept that. If anyone deserves kudos for keeping those lines moving outside and getting them in, it's those three people.
Yeah, and Kenny was there. A team member of ours, right there, tables, putting things away. Again, not we put it up, we break it down. There's no magic fairies that come in there and set that up. We are literally doing that before and after, and it's a lot of work, a lot of work. So if we missed
Takes a
anybody,
village.
Apologize for that for the volunteer wise. Woodbridge PD.
Oh my God, let's not forget Sam.
Samantha, yeah, Samantha. Woodbridge PD, awesome all weekend. Terry Sharkey, Peg Sharkey, amazing people have been there since the very beginning. Kelly Terrell from the theater, amazing guy. Joe Ward, Woodbridge Board of Ed, all of these. If I told you how many layers that we had to go through, the recreation department, Brian Molnar, these are the people who bring the food trucks in.
Are out
and
there.
they, so many people have a hand in this that it's just impossible.
And they came up with the idea of bringing in, and
your adorable dad.
Yeah, my adorable.
We do have to thank.
I have to thank
Peter
my dad.
saved
big
my
time.
life this weekend.
He's not on Facebook, but I will tell him. My dad.
Peter literally saved my life this weekend. We're not going to get into that.
You better not, because I will hang you by your toes, Mister. What he's referring to is that I went out to go get John medicine, and when I was out, he needed to be taken to the doctor and to the hospital.
She went to Walmart.
Where your medicine was
looking for Halloween stuff on clearance.
I have a clearance on a John Ruggiero right now, free. But anyways, my father is awesome, and I love the man dearly. He's 77 years old and drove all the way from Georgia for this, and he's just amazing. He sold T-shirts for us that my sister in Texas, we got to thank my sister in Texas for she made the Expo T-shirts this year. So there are so many people to thank, and I'm so grateful for. And there was actually Andy Andrews. He came in and helped. I mean,
so yeah, it takes a village, and there was a village there, and we have never have gotten that much support in years past. We've had people help us, same people who we love and are our friends, but so many more stepped up this year, and it was just like, wow. I mean, there's so many people that said, you do this over there, you got to do that. We'll take care of this for both of us.
And when you have
and
that,
we're not used to that.
No, we're not. And let me say, and Kathy, helping out with the paranormal couple. So here we have to put out there, volunteers are wonderful. Everybody has their place of being a volunteer, but when you have volunteers that also, oh my God, Lori Shep, who came all the way from Florida, who took care of the whole, this woman single-handedly took the whole back hallway for us both days.
We owe Lori big time.
We owe Lori huge. Yep. That woman I call the angel.
Yeah.
But we have so many people that it's not about just volunteering. It's about volunteering and being trusted that we do not have to ever come back and deal with that at all. We can concentrate on the bigger things that we need to, because you've got this. And that's rare. And that is what John and I are so very, very thankful for. These people are the backbones of why we are successful and why all of the fans had the experience that they had for the last 2 days.
But, again, we were so grateful to be getting the feedback that we were getting throughout the weekend. I can't remember a time where I had so many people come up to me and say, oh my God, we are having such a great time this weekend. It was one after the other, the parties, the convention itself. And again, for people who don't get paid for doing this, and we don't expect to, we haven't all along, that is kind of the best payment that you guys could give us, honestly, to get all the reviews, and we read them all. And even in years past, when there's been some that weren't the best, we read those too. And to read all those reviews and not one of them had a negative thing to say, and everybody loved it, and everyone's posting their pictures. And I got to tell you, and I mean this because we were talking about this with a friend of ours. You can't have enough good people in one place at one time. The energy is just tangible when you
Yeah.
have that, from the vendors to the celebrities to you guys attending to all the volunteers. Everybody walked in there with a very positive mindset of this is going to be a good weekend.
And it was.
And everybody did their part without doing anything, just by being there and having good energy. And I think that was really tangible in the air. I really
It
do.
was extremely, and yeah, just like anything else, behind the curtain there are other things going on. And if it looked like that it was seamless and we were stress free, then we did our job. That's the way it's
cast
supposed
me
to
in
be.
the next Martin Scorsese movie because I'm a brilliant actor.
I'm a good actress because we took our private hits, but it had nothing to do with the expo itself. We were dealing with some personal things that were major, really major. And the fact that you guys never saw it, never felt it, that's because we don't take it for granted. We know that you're paying money to travel. We know that you're spending money on the vendors. We know that you're spending money to be where you are, whether it's the hotels, everything that's involved with spending money. We know this is important because we live paycheck to paycheck. We couldn't afford to do these things. And this is why when John says, I want to do this, how do we make this happen? And I'm with John. We're like-minded, and the both of us will give everything we have because it's the experience that we want. What we give you is what we would want. And that's why we work so hard to do what we're doing, is because we believe in it. We're the fans. We're fans. We're just like you guys. So how can we do this and make it affordable? What are you doing?
His queen. Chip Coffee calling me Jesus. Yeah, that was definitely one to remember. He roasted me for like 20 minutes on stage Saturday.
Oh, did he?
Twice. Laura,
guy.
how are you?
Poor
But
guy.
I tell you what, memories.
And we got to see old friends. This is like once a year that we get to see that come into town for this. I had so many people come up and say that them coming to the expo, that they made lifelong friends, and actually a few people said that their lives changed because of the people that they met at the expo and the VIP parties. And that for me, that right there is my reward. That's what makes me feel good.
I was saying memories that from this one in particular. I have memories from the others, really good memories from different ones. This one in particular, I got to tell you, people being human doesn't happen a lot. And these days it's getting rarer and rarer. And I saw these quote unquote celebrities, special guests, whatever you want to call them, going out of their way, like us and like everyone else there, to give the people who attended the best experience they can. And people in particular, it was everyone. But just I saw moments with guys like Dustin Parry and Ghost Hunters and Ghost Brothers and Project Fear and Dave Schrader and again it was moments with everyone. We're in New Jersey. I'm just looking at them with people going above and beyond. It wasn't just you're in front of me. Merchandise,
No,
sign
there
this,
were
do
connections.
that.
People,
That's exactly what it was.
People could see,
That's
like it
exactly
was
what
like.
was.
I guess the best way I had a conversation, and the best way to say it is that when you stood in front of any one of these, it literally was, "I see you. You're in front of me. I hear you." It's just not a da 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 da. Move next, da da da. It was a connection. And that's what it's supposed to be.
And I won't, without mentioning names, because it was done. I saw it at least 4 or 5 times over the weekend when people had issues, disabled or handicap or other kinds of issues.
Or losses, recent losses.
Well, these were people with challenges, getting around, and they couldn't make it back to some of these celebrities in the area they were. And hand to God, I would go to these people and I would say, your fans are down and they can't get in here. Stop their line on a dime. We're going out there. Boom, out they went. And you want to talk, I'm not an emotional type of person like that, but seeing this one guy in particular, he was with his mom, and he tears. He's like, it was, this was with Project Fear. I love you guys. I love you guys. I watch you guys. They gave him a rubber bracelet. They fist bumped him. Quick picture. And she was like, tears in her eyes as her mom. She said, thank you so much. And you know what? Worth every piece of sickness that I've had and every body pain that I've suffered was that one moment for that guy and his mom. 100%.
I have to do a shout out to Dave Tango, and if anybody knows him and can get this back to him, not my birth daughter, but daughter of my heart, who I raised in my home, was one of their volunteers taking photos and working with them. She suffers from something that I'm not going to put out there, but Dave Tango noticed that she does something to cope with what she deals with. And he literally did a check on her in the midst of the expo, and then later talked to her at the VIP party. So all I have to say, when you meet these people, they are so human. They are so amazing. I watched so many of them stop what they were doing and address people who, there was a young gentleman that he had issues with walking, and he just lost his grandfather, who was his hero and mentor. And they just stopped everything to cater and try to take care of him,
yeah,
and give him that moment. And I think that that's, no matter what we were going through, I think that right there took us out of what we were going through and put us into that moment where we needed to be, and see it.
You know, the two things that weren't in the building this weekend were ego and drama.
None.
Yet the paranormal field is littered with ego and drama. Yet in this weekend in that building, it wasn't there. And what a great feeling. Even the police officers, everyone who was there who aren't really into the paranormal were like, what a great group of people that were in here this weekend. And we're like, we're fortunate where that kind of happens every time we do this, whether it's one day or 2 days or what. We're fortunate. And believe me, when people were thanking us, I was thanking them. Just like I'm thanking you guys now, whether you're a vendor, whether you're someone who showed up, whether you're a special guest, right here, thank you so much for supporting this event this weekend. We couldn't do it without any of you guys. We could plan all we want and work all we want, but until those days happen and that event comes, it's up to those special guests to get in their cars and get on those planes and be away from their family. It's up to you guys to travel and spend your money. It's up to the vendors to load their cars and trucks and all that, and to get all together for one weekend where they're just all there for the same reason. You know, that's what it's all about.
And that's what we hope for. We hope that when you do, we're thanking you, because not only were you supporting us and what we believe in,
worth it.
And
Thank you.
And what we do, but you're supporting the charity fund. You're supporting other good people. John and I work really tirelessly to put together the vendors and the people that are in that building. And it's done with a lot of thought and a lot of consideration. We don't have an open forum of you just flood everybody in and it's anyone who can come in. We really work hard to make it an experience for everybody, the vendors, the celebrity guests themselves. They work so hard in doing what they do. You guys that come in there are readers. I mean, it's a village. It really is a village of it all being together.
You know, next year, you know, we haven't gotten around to talking about next year, but next year, try to get a ticket to the VIP party if you can. She knocked it out of the park like she does every year with the different parties, and we don't talk about what the you know, how she plans them, because it's a surprise for the people who come. But if you've been to them, you know the hard work that she puts into them, and it shows, because people just, again, great time. They have great times at those parties. Those are the parties that, you know, and there's things that happen after the convention and, you know, whatever. That's just, this whole weekend is designed for just community. That's what it is. We say this all the time. We're not a big box. We're not the casino. convention. We're not the, big, great haunted location convention. We're in a high school in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We do our best. The fact that people come, we appreciate it. We want to make the best we can for everyone for an affordable price. That's why our hotel rooms are affordable, our price is affordable, our
They
lectures are
work with
free,
us. The
exhibit
hotels work
rooms
with
are
us.
free. We just want to give people the best experience and have them leaving there going, that was worth every penny I spent.
Jen from all the way from Florida. I mean, there's so many people who traveled, and we don't take it lightly. We do want you to have a good time. We don't want you walking away thinking like, oh no, this was a disappointment. We're gonna get if you are disappointed, we're gonna want to know why so we can fix it.
No, again, Cody Satori, we love them. They're good friends of ours. They were awesome as usual. The exhibit rooms, people loved the exhibit rooms, and I was happy
it the
they
red
did.
eye? What's it called?
Shadow of Big Red Eye.
That was a huge
My
hit.
buddy Mike
He
Familiant.
did-
Mike
knocked it.
Familiant was
And
actually
Jeff did great.
Mike Familiant was actually surprised and how well, as was I. I'm not a Bigfoot guy. Not at all. And Mike and I talked. I interviewed Mike on New Jersey Paranormal, and Mike's a real good guy. And he brought a pretty good exhibit with him. And Mike was like, I was busy both days. And Mike welcome back anytime he wants to come. Same thing with Jeff, with the Ouija boards.
Jeff the Ouija board guy.
I saw so many people go in that room and go,
what the heck? I also very quickly want to thank so many people and anyone that wants to do this. Tracy will be doing this again for us next year. All those who stepped forward and donated to the silent auction. That went a long ways to help as well. And I want to thank every single one of you that did that went out of the way. A lot of the vendors, the celebrities who donated things. I can't thank you enough, because that's something that you guys give in willingly and from out of your heart, and we really appreciate that.
And again, you guys are awesome. You guys who support these people, any of them, all of them, you make their weekend as well. Believe me, we talk to them before, during, after, and they are as appreciative as anyone that you guys come out to support them. Project Fear, Ghost Brothers, Kalani, I go down the list. Dustin, Ronnie LeBlanc, Weird New Jersey, John Zaffis, Chip Coffee. All of these guys are they're not just, like I said, divas who are in the building because they're paid to be there. They really do care about their fans.
Yeah.
And the experience that you guys are getting when you go there. Because I do see Texas and Canada and Florida.
We had a woman flying in from London.
And that's like some other country,
She's been planning it the whole entire year. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, she started speaking to me, and I thought it was like kind of crazy, because Lisa McLean was the one that helped it almost got sidetracked. She almost had to cancel the whole thing because the person she was going to go with had to cancel last minute. And Lisa McLean stepped in and she says, listen, I can pick you up. I can do this. I can help you out, give you a place to stay. And she ended up coming, and it wasn't. And she said she's so happy. London, that freaks me out.
Yeah. Fun fact about that is I didn't do well in English in high school because I was never going to go to England. And so why was I study that language?
You're funny. Good.
So, again, people ask about the next one, and we were healing from this one. We still are. I wasn't feeling well for a number of days, and feeling better now. And, we normally take a week or two to kind of take everything in from the one before. Of course, we have to meet with the mayor and the township and see how he feels about it, because he's like the king when it comes to this. If we go in there and he says, you know what, I think we've had our run, let's not do this anymore, then it's done. But I don't see him doing that, because I've heard he was talking really good about the event this weekend. Then it comes down to us and whether we could build that house again from brick one, because that's what you do. You start at zero. You build this big house, you dynamite it down to nothing, and then you come back and you look at the land and go, whew, here we go. first brick, second brick, and then away we go.
And the other thing is, we do have a budget, I know that someone had said that that the mayor's been there a lot. He comes every year to the expo, Brooke. We actually saw him there. He talked to us for a few minutes. Literally, have a budget. And I know somebody had made a comment, can we suggest or make recommendations? You can, if it's in our budget and it works with what, this is the guy that puts all that together and he can pull it off. He does.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get into the specifics of next year because we don't have them. We don't know.
No.
We're not even, again, we haven't even gotten approval for next year. So we can't give you any definitive information.
But it will be one day if we do, right?
Well, we're
we're still going to discuss that.
we're still discussing that, and
this girl's getting old.
Odds are it will be, November, the same weekend in November. The Day of the Dead will be, the start of it for sure. But no announcements to make now. That's for another video and another time. After we had our meeting with the mayor and we get everything ironed out with him, then we come back on here and we share everything with you. And then, brick number 1 starts and brick number 2 and away we go. But we're talking about this year and we're going to end this year right. And thank you guys for everything. Couldn't do without you, friends, all you guys that support anyone that was there, vendors, special guests, the township, everyone. It means the world to us that we can sit on the other side of this and go, whew, we did it and people liked it. It was worth the money to them, to these people that traveled, even the people that got in their car and drove an hour and spend $25-$50 for 2 tickets. It's worth it. That's important because, again, we're not the big box. We don't look at people as money. We don't go in and count how many people are here, how much money is that. We're like, okay, hopefully, these people have a good time. They're smiling, they're walking around, they're in the lectures. That's good. We're doing something right. Let's build upon that. That's always the goal. Let's build upon what was good and make it better, So anything else you want to say before we...
Just so everybody knows, because even though we're in the middle of planning and we got to wait to find out, I do have a funny feeling that it's still going to happen next year anyways, and it's still going to be November, the same time. And I've already got 2 ideas for the VIP parties already, and it's already in the planning mode. So you'll have to get VIP tickets to find out what that is.
Yeah, but let's kind of rest on this one. I mean, wow. From the beginning to the end, it's much better looking back from the end of the road to see the city built and go, okay, let's drive away and let's go rest for a while.
He's saying rest. This man doesn't know what rest is. He hasn't stopped yet. Trust me. I have threatened to tie him to the bed to get him to stop.
I don't remember that one.
But that's my point.
Please, again, if you want to support us, again, we don't make any money from this. You can support us by supporting New Jersey Paranormal. 3 words and only 3 words. New Jersey Paranormal. There's nothing before our name or after our name. It is New Jersey Paranormal. You have to spell it out. New
Go on vacation.
And then Jersey. Because there are a lot of other groups out there that have New Jersey Paranormal in their name somehow, some way. Yeah. We are the only group that has those 3 words and only those 3 words. So please follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and we do live interviews. We just Steve Gonzalez, we're going to interview him in December. Chip. Probably Jason Halls again. So follow that page. We do live investigations. We have just discussions. We believe in community. We have just random discussions about paranormal subjects. You guys can join us. But that's it for now. We're going to go over to Instagram and thank those people. And that's a wrap. We're done.
Take care, everybody, and have a good night.
And happy holidays, everyone.
Everybody.
Hope you enjoy it.